Everyone in every school in the country will experience emotional distress during their life. And that might not be an enduring mental health problem, but actually we need the literacy, the skills to be able to cope with those challenges throughout our childhood and then into our adult life. According to the current prevalence data, which is way out of date at the moment, about 1 in 10 children, young people have a diagnosable mental health need. So it's about 3 in every classroom. All of us are anticipating that prevalence will go up, so there'll be more children, young people who could be diagnosed with a mental health condition. You may have heard that the government are rolling out or piloting a program to support schools to try and find a way that they can have some form of infrastructure for mental health. That's both in terms of a designated lead and a specialist mental health support team who provide a second tier of support. But actually, that's only going to be in 1 in 4 schools by 2022, 2023. It will be those frontline teaching staff, families themselves, peers, young people who will creatively have to find their way through emotional distress and emerging mental health need. Schools frequently don't have community organisations to collaborate with. That architecture, that infrastructure that used to be there when people felt like they were in crisis or needed a place of safety to go, or to acquire some of those social, emotional skills, they're not there within the community anymore to the same degree they used to be. And that has to be part of answering the challenge we face with children's mental health in schools.
That idea of community is really, really important, and we found unless that you establish that first, you cannot do the work that follows a little bit later on. So making sure that students do trust us, making sure that we are being open, and making sure that we are modelling some of these difficult conversations and how to set up those conversations in a space that's safe and where students can have confidence. We had to do all that work for a probably 12-month lead-in period. We now have the infrastructure in place thanks to the training and the programme of speakers and resources that came in to actually do something about these issues. But it's been a very, very complicated piece of work for us that's probably took us 12, 18 months to get right. There was a culture existed at our school with for students underachieving or disengaged that perhaps they just don't like learning, or perhaps they're just poorly behaved. But actually we've spent a long time getting to the root cause of behaviour, understanding it as an unmet need, and really spending some time to work with students, understand in great detail the challenges that they face. And just getting into a dialogue with students about that has been fundamentally important for our school. It's transformed our whole school approach to raising attainment. It's transformed our whole school approach to student support. Just that real unwavering emphasis on relationships for learning, openness, transparency. And now we've done that, we can hook in things like the mental health awareness programme, the mental health first aid, and it means we've got fertile ground with the students, and it's something that they will invest in, and something they will listen to, and something that they will engage with.
I thought I'd talk you through briefly how we sort of went about evaluating the training in the schools. So really there were 2 strands to the evaluation. The primary, the core strand, was looking at staff responses to a survey before and after having done the training. And we asked them lots and lots of questions. There was about sort of 40 to 50 questions in total. And what we did with that was we distilled it down to 4 key domains. And they were mental health literacy. So these were questions like, I feel equipped to identify behaviour that may be linked to mental health issues. I know how to help children with mental health issues. We also had, a second domain was confidence in talking about mental health. And that was both in relation to talking to pupils, to young people about their mental health, but also talking to their parents about their children's mental health. The third domain was staff supportive behaviours, mental health awareness raising activities in the classroom, signposting children onto other sources of mental health. And the final domain was the school environment. That included both the school's approach to helping children with their mental health, but also to supporting staff with their own mental health. And what we found was a positive change in all 4 of those domains, a statistically significant improvement. What we did next was to introduce some moderators then. So would we see the same pattern of results across different types of schools, so primary, secondary schools? and also across different roles within the school, so teaching staff, pastoral staff and non-teaching staff as well. And what we found across the board was the same pattern of results. So regardless of the type of school and regardless of the role taken within the school, we found the same kind of improvement according to the staff.
20 years ago, I was involved in the National Healthy Schools programme, which was built on the premise that children need to be healthy to learn, and then children who learn well go on to be healthy young people and healthy adults. And again, I think this sort of feeds into that growing knowledge and understanding around what we need to do to ensure that children can learn and that we are responding to their needs. The Healthy Schools programme had meaningful whole school approach as core to its work, which again is part of this, which is ensuring that you've got a strong culture and ethos. We've all been into places that you walk in and go, wow, this is a great place to be. That participation of children and young people is vital to that, so understanding their thoughts. That there's a positive evidence-based curriculum. Everyone knows what they're doing, what success looks like, and what they're going to do next. And that this has pastoral care and linked to community services and underpinned by brilliant leadership and management. And I think our challenge is about scale, about intensity, and about the resources to really make that happen. Realistically, we have to ensure that mental health first aid, mental health training is included as part of initial teacher training, that teachers need to be thinking about this right at the outset. Clearly, we need to ensure that every teacher is trained in evidence-based mental health awareness in order to create a strong platform for that cultural change, both within schools but ultimately within wider communities where we're all able to talk and make sure that mental health is an everyday conversation.